was discussed everywhere, but a more simplified version, more authentic version is what I want to discuss today. Uh, there was a statement in Tarkam's book. Uh, he repeatedly, in two or three contexts, uh, in his books, he was saying a very subtle statement, a very subtle, more a statement which was never discussed by many authors, but I found it very unique, and that is what I want to speak on today. Is people will be always asking meditation in different contexts, but one of the subtle context we can really understand is he says any person who does meditation on physical plane on earth, meditation is food for angels. This is what he says in some of his books. People who do meditation on physical plane on earth is food for angels. Uh, this has been a very interesting concept. Nobody discussed in this context. So, how meditation, if we do meditation, how it becomes food for the angels is what we'll be speaking. So, actually, this is one very philosophical or scientific lines. This is exactly what happens is if people do scientific meditation on physical plane in any country, that becomes food for the angels. So this is one of the best, topmost objective, or what I could say is a reality. A reality statement is if people perform meditation, scientific meditation on in their life, it becomes food for the angels. So this is one of the important factor why people ask why we should meditate. And one of the subtle reason and one of the most holistic reason for anybody is if at all you meditate, your meditation session, your meditation becomes food for the angels. So this is what we'll be talking today. Meditation and angels is what is a very, very, very subtle, important concept, and everybody should read this book. Okay, Angels and Devas, a compilation from books of Tarkam Secretarian, is what one should read. This will expand your understanding about meditation, if at all you read this book. So this is the thing one should read to understand this statement that meditation becomes food for the angels. If at all you need to understand, this is the book you can see. Okay, Angels and Devas. Okay, this is the book. Okay, so this is what we'll be discussing today. Okay, and every line is so bombarding that, like, I don't think these 30-40 pages of book will give you so much of understanding regarding what meditation is, what we are, what we can achieve through meditation, or through how healing happens. So I'll read some of the best statements throughout this booklet, and I'll see that you people will. I'll try to put some curiosity in your minds so that at any given moment of time you can go through these books. Psychic energy is transmitted by angels. They are powerful transmitters or even sources of psychic energy. When a person is charged with psychic energy, he turns into source of creative, healing, and enlightening energy. Life proceeds stage by stage, gradually building more complicated forms. Evolution proceeds in many lives. Not all evolutions are on direct path. There is human evolution, there is Deva evolution, there are other evolutions which eventually merge. On the lowest stage of Devic or angelic evolution are found elementals or nature spirits, which are which start on the evolutionary path and then enter to the path of evolution. Angels or Devas are divided into two sections, lesser and higher angels. Lesser angels operate on the lower mental plane. Higher angels operate on abstract levels of the mental plane. Beyond the higher mental plane, there are angels who cooperate with the masters of the wisdom and they often help them with their plans. Okay. So now what is the most important topic or question is, what service do angels do? Okay. First thing, they provide food for human beings and for animals in the form of vegetables and fruits if they want to help them. That is the first what service angels do to you. Second, they provide etheric, astral, and mental food. Etheric physical food is prana, which they transmit from the sun. Emotional food is love, compassion, aspiration, fearlessness. Mental food is inspirations, impressions, ideas, thoughts, new revelations. Third, they help certain people in extremely critical conditions, saving them from drowning, fire, earthquakes, and hurricanes. Next, they lead people into right paths. They lead armies if the armies are fighting for beauty, goodness, and righteousness. These are all the service angels do to human beings. But are we aware of it or are we unaware of it is what people should try and contemplate on. Next, they inspire musicians with new melodies, songs, symphonies. Some musicians are even able to hear the music of angels and record it. Next, they inspire artists, imparting new ideas and enabling them to see new colors. Next is most important. They inspire scientists with new laws and discoveries through the means of the intuition and impression. Eighth, they inspire in a person beauty, goodness, righteousness, joy, freedom, purity, and solemnity. Ninth, they preside over countries, states, towns, villages, homes, and families, churches, groups, and fraternities dedicated to the human cause. 10th, they overshadow mountains, lakes, rivers, springs, oceans, and forests. 11th, most important, they heal people directly or indirectly. They even adjust their centers, glands, and nervous system and produce harmony and health. 12th, they communicate in dreams and take the worthy one to the subjective meetings, various sacred places, or higher ashrams. Some angels energize and charge the sacred places of worship and stay there for days and months to inspire and heal people. They charge ashrams and enlighten people's minds. They emanate love energy to unite them as a living whole. They also protect ashrams from dark attacks. Now, how many people have really encountered these kinds of services? If you can sit and contemplate or understand, these are all the angels' service towards humanity is these 12 concepts. Now, the most important thing, what can man do for angels? We never think of that. We always think angels come to my house, make my home more happy. These things we think and ask. But the second part is what is the most important. A two-way thing is the most important question is what can man do for angels? Angels nourish themselves from elements which man provides. Man can help angels by providing them with the following nourishing elements. First, thoughts expressed in music, painting, poetry, writings, dances, singing, or meditation. They greatly enjoy the electrical emanations during individual or group meditation. Lofty thoughts are their primary food. If you think beautifully, that is the food for angels. If 24 hours you think lofty thoughts, that is going to be the food for angels, and making themselves charged with that food, they will render more service. This is how the entire creation is interconnected. And nobody knows, nobody does. They do meditation for themselves. Never you should do meditation for yourself. If you do proper meditation, common mutual benefit meditation, this is what is going to happen. Your meditation is going to be the food for the angels. Your lofty thoughts are going to be the food for the angels. And by you being the cause for their food, they render so much of service throughout the creation, and that all good karma again comes to you. This is what real meditation is all about. Second, joy, love, and emanations of feeling free. If you feel joyful, if you are lovable, if you have full of thoughts which are thoughts category into the virtue called freedom, angels love that. We should never think thoughts of slavery. We should never think thoughts of hatred. We should never think thoughts of jealousies and grudges and revenges. That is why they never come to you. 3. Any dedicated, sacrificial, heroic labor, because in such a labor, man emanates certain elements which nourish them. Angels live under the law of righteousness and gratitude. Whatever they say, they offer equal gifts to man in various forms. You see how friendly they are. Now, the first topic was what service do angels do? And the second thing was what can man do for angels? Okay. Please think about these 3 points. And next most important topic is, it is a very big topic. I really don't want to read it. You people should sit and read. Because the third topic is what do angels hate? And if I read this topic, Prashanti will start beating me.
Why, sir?
There is so much written about ourselves here. And you say again, sir, I am feeling depressed, sir. What do angels hate? Angels hate the pollution of the water, space, earth. Any protection of the environment gives them extreme joy. They do not want people to destroy forests, flowers, or bushes. It is through forests, trees, and bushes and flowers that the energy and influence of the angels reach humans. And angels do not want wars. Angels do not want disunity. Angels do not want cleavages between nations. Angels do not want cleavages between families. Angels do not want cleavages within families. Any cleavage creates disturbance in the angelic world. Unity and harmony give them delight. Angels hate the pollution of space. Through wrong and criminal thoughts, hatred, and bloodshed, people pollute the space and prevent the currents of light, love, and direction from reaching them. Bedrooms that have various orders repel them. This is why Oriental sages advise sleeping in the open air if one is not in danger of various pollutions. Sleeping in mountains, deserts, forests, or near the shores of lakes, rivers, giving an opportunity to higher beings to come closer to you. Bedrooms must be simple and almost vacant, away from orders, decaying materials, and mechanical noises. Angels are repelled by places where sewage flows or stagnant water, dead animals, blood, urine, or waste materials exist. They like well-ventilated rooms with odors and different smells do not exist. They do not like the smell of meat or barbecues. They do not like the smell of burned food. They are also repelled by irritation, anger, and violent emotions. Once, when I was angry and irritated, my grandmother said to me, "Do not disturb your invisible friends." See how interesting. We are told that Christ has an enormous army formed of many grades of angels, and in critical times, he mobilizes this army to protect humanity from the attacks of dark forces. Angels are especially active at full moon times, especially at the time of the Aries, Taurus, and Gemini full moons. The highest moment of these three full moons is the Vesak festival, at which time the angelic hierarchy cooperates with the spiritual hierarchy. Thousands of these angels are dispatched to various places on earth to channel the energy of Vesak for the upliftment of humanity. A great sage suggests that one must not allow himself to miss observing the Vesak festival at the right moment of the Taurus full moon. Communication with higher worlds gradually becomes more difficult as the moral pollution accumulates. Like a fog around the earth, it hinders the communication between the two worlds and affects humanity in general to such a degree that eventually clearing this moral fog becomes impossible. This leads humanity toward suicidal or total destruction. Noise is very repelling to angels, especially the noise of machinery. They also hate the noise rising from a group or a crowd of people where everyone is talking with everyone else. In ancient times, teachers told us that when people gather together, they are allowed to do the following things. First, keep silence. Second point, meditate. Third point, if possible, sing together. Fourth, listen to a lecture or music. Fifth, pray together in unison. Angels do not like applause. Applause shatters their vehicles and the spear of electricity which they build over the audience if the audience is in ecstasy and united in the spirit of the lecture or other performance. Very soon applause will be outmoded when a certain number of persons realize the damage done by it. Angels abhor treason, gossip, malice, and slander. They especially do not forgive a person who denies the hierarchy or speaks blasphemous words against great ones. In such cases, they leave the person to face his dark destiny alone. Next topic. Heavenly hosts are divided into 9 major sections by some church fathers. They are called, and there are so many things written about him. These things you can read. Okay. And one more interesting thing. Okay. This paragraph is very important. Please listen with attention. Solar angels are not same as angels. Solar angels were human beings in past Manavatars. They are on the line of human evolution and are very advanced initiates. They are related to the karmic lords, to the hierarchy and the intelligence aspects. No angel can relate to a human being before he gets permission from the person's solar angel, who has complete information regarding the karma of a particular person. Angels do not obsess or possess people, but they can inspire and help if, for a certain reason, the solar angel cannot reach the human soul. Now, my lovable topic, what I wanted to read and so that you people can listen is meditation and angels. Okay, meditation is a very safe way to attract the attention of angels. Meditation spreads peace in the body, emotions, and mind, harmonizes them, increasing their vitality, and makes them more magnetic. Meditation raises the level of consciousness and makes it more sensitive to higher angelic impressions. During meditation, higher thoughts, ideas, and visions are attracted to the aura of the person. Such currents of higher thoughts create beautiful colors and radiations in the aura and send a signal of invitation to angels. See how beautiful if you do meditation. As meditation deepens and the human consciousness enters into contemplation, the bridge between the two shores becomes shorter and eventually the person finds himself in a blissful precipitation of higher currents of energies and ideas. This is how conscious contact between men and angels is established and how both can help each other's evolution. Man must not try to bring invisible beings or angels to the sphere of the earth, but he must try to raise his own consciousness and meet them in their spheres. Your intention in meditation must not to be force the angelic beings to come in contact with you. Such an intention in itself repels them. You must raise your consciousness and things will happen naturally. See how beautiful it is. You want Lord Krishna to come to you. You want Lord Venkateshwara to come to you. You want all teachers to come to your home and teach you meditation. That is why you people never learn meditation or never do meditation. That is what I wanted to say. You want the master to come to your house and teach meditation. See how stupid you are. Nobody increases their consciousness I want to do meditation because I have a problem. So stupid, so stupid. That is why people never do meditation. Because they never read these books. And they don't allow people to read these books for other people. During meditation, you must be very careful to be focused in the higher mental plane, working in the pure substance of logic, reasoning, and intuitive perception. If you fall into the astral plane with a desire to meet angels, you will meet them. However, they will not be the ones you want to meet, but rather those who will mislead you on your path. So what else should I read in a Zoom class other than this? Any extrasensory experiences must be recorded clearly as it happened. Later, during the same day, you must study it and see whether it is a glamour, illusion, or attack. No experience must be taken as a signal of communication with higher worlds unless it proves to be so. The development and unfoldment of discrimination begins when the person faces subtle problems and tries to make a right judgment and take a right action. If you have the right to contact with the angel in your meditation, you should have right discrimination and take a right action. Whenever you think you are falling into a glamour and are attacked by invisible forces, stop your meditation for a while and seek the advisor of a teacher. You must also develop sensitivity to feel the presence of angels. It is not necessary to see them or hear them or touch them. You must first of all accustom yourself to feeling their presence. There are a few signs which are possible proofs of their presence. Okay? Now I will read 12 signs. Have you ever felt the presence of an angel? Yes or no? Honestly, you keep it to yourself. Okay? The first sign of a presence of an angel is you feel silence within yourself. It happened? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Second, a feeling of joy. Next, a feeling of expansion.
Yes, sir.
A feeling of oneness with all.
Sometimes.
These are sometimes or one time. You say yes or no to yourself.
Yes, sir.
A feeling of deep gratitude. No, sir.
Yes, sir.
What? Gratitude is not your stupid gratitude. That gratitude towards entire past of your life, entire present, entire future, and you show gratitude towards your stupidity. That is real gratitude. In a questionnaire session, in a bank exam session, you tick whatever. You may get job or you may not get job. But in spiritual science, no one will give you a report. In a momentary, don't say yes. And you say yes now, again after 1 hour or 2 days, I'll get a call. Sir, I hate myself, sir. Madam, what happened with your gratitude? My gratitude was evaporated 2 days back, sir. Gratitude is only a Buddha can show gratitude. Are you a Buddha? Why the hell am I teaching Buddhas? Gratitude not getting up the morning and saying, Mommy, good morning, Daddy, good morning. That is not gratitude. Gratitude means every atom in this creation, if it serves you, you should say thank you for it. Have you ever done that? I have been teaching 20 years to you. You people never showed gratitude to me. How can you show gratitude to the entire cosmos? I have never seen you people showing gratitude to these books. You never read it regularly. If this is your first priority in life, at any given moment, you should start your day with these books. And I really don't know what is stopping you people doing this. Again, every year each and everybody calls, sir, I want to do next year, sir. I want to do next year. You just postpone. And a person full of gratitude will never postpone, will never tell excuses, will never poke their nose into others' business. Such kind of beautiful people are gratitudinal people. Don't say yes to everything. If you have all these things, if you are an angel, you should be very happy in your house. And a happy person, an angel, never needs somebody to teach them because they already know how to teach themselves. YouTube, you see one video of Tarkam, think that you are about Tarkam and you talk about gratitude. You see 4 videos in YouTube regarding meditation, you think that you are an embodiment of gratitude. And now I'll stop this class, get gratitude from virtues and values, and I'll read. You tell me how much gratitude you have. 10%, 0%, or 100%. Whatever level you are, you think that's ultimate. You don't want to go to the next level. You show gratitude to one person and think that you have conquered the entire world. And again, next moment, start doing ingratitudinal things. Ingratitudinal thoughts, ingratitudinal talks, ingratitudinal relationships, ingratitudinal gossips in mobile phones. And if all angels are living on the earth plane, why are you facing a crisis now? Next, a feeling of forgiveness. You get a big problem. 100 people are torturing you. Have you ever be yourself and say, I have forgiven them? That is presence of angels. Has anybody done that? Have you forgiven the past? If you have forgiven the past, you talking about your past in a mobile phone is a big sin. Yes, sir. How many people have a feeling of forgiveness? Total forgiveness. I'm not talking about 25%, 10%, 1%. I'm talking about total forgiveness. It will happen, sir, slowly. Why it will happen so slowly, sir? You have your own philosophy. You teach your philosophy to others. But philosophy is only one. This is the right philosophy. A sense of peace. I've never seen any person in peace, always in turmoil. And they say, sir, no, sir, now when then I'm in peaceful. When I eat idli, na sir, I'm peaceful, sir. On Sundays, na sir, I see you, na sir, I'm peaceful, sir. What about Monday, madam? Monday, I'm in turmoil, sir. Tuesday, I'm in turmoil. Only Sunday classes, I'm peace, sir. I don't want that peace. A flow of creative ideas. You have a problem in your life, okay? If you have a problem in your life, again, all problems from your past will come and make friendship with your present problem. You have a problem, never a creative idea will come and solve your problem. You have a problem, you create 100 more problems, 1,000 more problems, come and talk to him, and you make it so big that you feel so great. Feelings of courage, daring, and striving. Courage means shouting at others. Daring means not talking to others. Striving means putting your mobile phone, switch it off. That are the meanings of these words. You have a big problem in your life. On average, people who are listening to this class maybe 30 years. How many moments did you really come out with a courageous thing and overcome your problems? Daring and striving. 11th, a feeling of self-renunciation. I am not important. Group is important. I am not important. All people are important. You had that feeling any time in your life? Twelfth, a feeling of being protected. These are some of the signs which indicate that angels are around you. And if angels are already around you, why again this topic is what my question is. If I read 12 characteristics of presence of angels in your life, for 12 things everybody says yes, then what is the point reading this? Oh, I may be lacking these things. Okay, that is my problem again. Now I have to solve my problem. So why am I wasting my thing with you people? I should sit and read these books. I think I should stop the class now. Okay? ఎందుకంటే you people all have this 12 signs together. I am putting my ego on you. I am putting my vanity. I am showing off everything to you. When they depart, you feel depressed, abandoned, left alone in your destiny. You may feel dry, selfish, argumentative, egocentric, etc. Their presence gives you a feeling of blessing, inner abundance, inner comfort, inner contentment. You need not see them. You need not see electrical currents, certain radiations, perfumes, but you feel them. Often people see their own thought forms and imaginations or the forms they desire. In reality, angels do not have a set form. They are currents of conscious energy, like beams. People cannot think about angels without creating an imaginative form for them. Thus, they deceive themselves. It is time to annihilate a glamour which has dominated the human mind since the dawn of human civilization. The glamour which assumes that angels have human forms. They do not have forms. మీకు ఏంజల్ అంటే ఆ పాత సినిమాలలో ఉంటుంది చూడు, ఆ చిరంజీవి శ్రీదేవి సినిమా, ఆ పాట పాడతారు కదా, హిమాలయాలకు పోయి జగదేక వీరుడు అతిలోక సుందరి, అట్లా ఊహించుకుంటారు. ఏంజల్ కి రూపమే ఉండదు. మీకు ఏంజల్ అంటే రెండు ఎవడన్నా వచ్చిందంటే ఏంజల్ అయిపోతుంది మీకు. Angels do not have forms, and you don't know that they don't have forms, but you tell all these 12 things as yes. Gratitude yes anta, idi yes anta, na talakai yes anta, కానీ దానికి రూపం ఉంటుందంట. మళ్ళీ ఎందుకు చెప్పలే నాకు ఇన్ని రోజులు ఏంజల్స్ కి రూపాలు లేవు అని? మీకు తెలుసు కదా అందరికీ. ఈ పుస్తకాన్ని ఎప్పుడో చదివారు కదా, 1942లో చదివేసారు మీరందరూ.
ఇప్పుడు పుట్టలేదు.
అదే అంటున్నా, అప్పుడు పుట్టి చచ్చిపోయింటో మళ్ళా పుట్టినావు. Angels must not be confused with great living masters who sometimes appear with their glorious bodies around their etheric physical forms. Christ is called the teacher of angels and men. Angels enjoy learning and feeling higher vibrations and emanations. That is why many of them attend lectures and visit halls where great music or singing is performed. They enjoy galleries of great art. ఏం వసంత నిద్ర వస్తుందా? ఏంజిల్స్ అంటే చాలా నిద్ర వస్తుంది మీకు. ఓకే, హౌ టు ఆస్క్ ఫర్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఏంజల్స్. The first request for help is a pure, sincere heart. As long as there are hypocrisy, self-interest, thoughts of exploitation, lies, and deception in your heart, angels are repelled by you. అర్థమైందా? తెలుగులో చెప్పాలా, హిందీలో చెప్పాలా? సింపుల్ గా ఉంది. The second request is for their help is not to have doubt in your mind, doubt about their existence or doubt about you are doing wrong by praying to them instead of praying to God. Remember that often you ask for the help of your friends and you do not think you are doing wrong. You ask the assistance of the police and other government officials and don't think that it is wrong. There is nothing wrong in going to an official whose duty is to meet your special needs. Angels like to communicate with you and help you if you create the right approach. Now next is how to invoke angels. There's a beautiful meditation in this book. You people do it. Okay? How to invoke angels. Okay. And now in this book, why I have chosen this book is everybody should work with their own angels. Okay. Now what are the favorable conditions needed to do this work more effectively and efficiently is what he has written in detail. He wrote nearly about 20 points in this book. Okay. So I want to read it once and again show other than this book you have another book. I'll show you, share it with you. So both these books, if at all you can read, it will give you some light regarding your belief, how much you believe or trust angels. Okay. Favorable conditions are needed for their effective work. For example, prayer and worship. Okay. Next, inspirational reading. 3, ceremonies and rituals. 4, intense aspiration. 5th, fragrance. Okay. First, the favorable conditions are needed for their effective work. For example, prayer and worship, inspirational reading. 3, ceremonies and rituals. 4th, intense aspiration. 5th is more important. The fragrance of pine, rose, these create a good atmosphere of their activities. తర్వాత ఇస్తాను, తర్వాత రాయి వసంత, ఎందుకు రాస్తున్నావు? నెక్స్ట్ ది మెడిటేషన్ అండ్ గ్రూప్ యాక్టివిటీస్. దీస్ ఆర్ వెరీ కండ్యూసివ్ మీన్స్ టు దేవిక్ హెల్ప్. 7th ది ఫెయిత్. 8th ది జాయ్, contentment and spirit of gratitude. 9th the water and fire. 10th the certain stones that are magnetic to Devic energies. 11th the fresh mountain air, forest air, the air near waterfalls. 12th the cleanliness of surroundings and clothing. 13th the relaxation of the mind, emotions and body. 14th, a harmless spirit. 15th, strong decision to transform your life. 16th, pure conscience. 17th, love and compassion. 18th, visitation to holy places. 19th, visitation to holy ones. 20, certain books are directly connected with the angelic network, and reading and respecting them increase the possibility of contact with angels. ఇవి మీరు ఏంజల్స్ తో చేయాల్సే బాగా ఎఫెక్టివ్ గా మీ జీవితాలు మారడానికి చేయాల్సిన 20 ఫ్యాక్టర్స్. ఓకే, ఏంజల్స్
ఓకే అండి సార్.
అరే ఈ బుక్ చదివితే ఎట్లుంది సార్, ఖతర్నాక్ ఉంది. ఏంజల్స్ అండ్ ఆర్చ్ ఏంజల్స్, ఏ మెజిషియన్స్ గైడ్. What all Tarkam wrote, even the same fellow has written in this book. Okay, కనపడుతుందా పైన? Angels do not belong to any one religion, system or dogma. They are almost pure energy, the very substance the cosmos is made up of. They are also incredibly willing to work with us if asked. With my new book, Angels and Archangels, I present an essential resource for understanding what angels are, how they make themselves available, and magical practices to invoke their power to transform your life. And so many beautiful people are there. I really don't know, when will you read all these things? టార్కం చెప్పినా చేయరు, వేరే వాళ్ళు చెప్పినా చేయరు, మీకు అనిపించినా చేయరు. ఇంక ఎందుకు? It is such a beautiful book. If at all you want to know what real angels are in meditation, you are becoming an angel. If you are really working with an archangel, this is the book. ఈ బుక్ చదవండి. చూడు, what is angelic magic? How I invoked angels to create my previous book. Angels and archangels, వాళ్ళ పేర్లు దేంతో పనిచేస్తారు, ప్రాక్టీసెస్ అండ్ రిచువల్స్, మైండ్ ట్రైనింగ్, మైండ్ఫుల్నెస్ అండ్ మెడిటేషన్, మొత్తం కాలింగ్ ఏంజల్స్, అడ్వాన్స్ రిచువల్స్ అన్నీ రాసింది ఈ బుక్ లో. ఏందో స్పెషలైజేషన్ చేద్దామని చెప్తా ఉంటారు భూమి మీద. Simple, read a booklet by Tarkam, Angels and Devas, and read this book within 30 days, within 60 days, at least some part of your consciousness, if it is full of this angel subject, there will be a transformation in your life. And you want new dimension healing, esoteric science healing, even in that book he wrote this, how angels heal you. And you don't want all the subject, you want subject which you want, that's it. You people are so crystallized, I feel it. You never go with today's topic, you can't digest, you don't accept, you either go into the past topic or some other topic other than this topic. And all these topics make your consciousness. I'm not taking these classes to make my ego boost. Okay, ఇది ఏంటి అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ మై కాన్సెప్ట్ ఈస్ టుడేస్ ఈస్ నేతి అంటే నాన్ డ్యూయల్ క్వశ్చనర్ అన్నమాట. ఇది దిస్ క్వశ్చనర్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ పీపుల్ హూ హ్యావ్ వేకప్, అంటే వాళ్ళ ఫిజికల్, ఇమోషనల్, మెంటల్ బాడీస్ ని దాటి వాళ్ళ ఇంట్యూషనల్ సెన్సెస్ వేకప్ అయిన కి ఈ క్వశ్చనర్ కి ఆన్సర్ చేస్తే ఏం తెలుస్తుంది అంటే, పీపుల్ వాళ్ళ ఫిజికల్ సెన్సెస్, పంచేంద్రియాలు, ఇమోషనల్ సెన్సెస్, మెంటల్ సెన్సెస్ దాటి ఇంట్యూషనల్ సెన్సెస్ వేకప్ అయ్యాయి అనే వాళ్ళని వేకప్ సోల్స్ అంటారు. ఏమంటారు? అవేకన్ ఆర్ వేకప్,
awakened,
or
Wake up souls.
Okay, or non-dual souls. They are not dual anymore, they are above duality ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఈ క్వశ్చనర్ తయారు చేశారు అనమాట ఒక సైంటిఫిక్ గా. ఆల్ దిస్ క్వశ్చనర్ అండ్ ద subsequent following 31 points are the essence of meta-human book. Ante Deepak Chopra and all the people have coined a word called meta-human. There are three kinds of people. Animal beings, ante a human being who didn't really understood his animal nature and overcome it. So there are most of the people are in that animal state anamata. Next comes human beings. Human beings, as you know, they are not in their animal nature, but they were trying to become human beings. Okay, but this is the third category of people. They have realized themselves as human beings, but they are going beyond the human being, and such kind of beyond human beings are known as meta-humans. Meta-humans are nothing but superhumans or super consciousness unna varani meta-humans antaru. People who are functioning from the intuitional plane or beyond the duality are known as meta-humans. Okay, and this is the questionnaire, scientific questionnaire developed by all scientists. People, if they can answer these questions, they'll know are they meta, are they still human, or they are animal. Okay, and this questionnaire is there online. ఇది చదవండి. ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్ కి 1 అని మీరు ఇచ్చుకుంటే నెవర్ అని అర్థం. ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ద టైం అంటే 5 మార్క్స్. సో ఈ మార్క్స్ అన్ని లాస్ట్ యాడ్ చేసుకుంటే ఒక టోటల్ వస్తుంది. ఆ టోటల్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇవన్నీ ఆన్లైన్ ఉన్నాయి. బట్ ఐ వాంట్ ఆల్ పీపుల్ టు డూ దిస్ క్వశ్చనర్ సైంటిఫికలీ. ఫస్ట్ ఆ క్వశ్చనర్ చేయండి, నేతి క్వశ్చనర్. ఓకే, తర్వాత for 31 days Deepak Chopra has given a meta-human how to evolve and how to know yourself, and he gave 31 days 31 exercises. Prashanti,
Okay, sir.
this is day 1. Okay, day
Yes,
1 lo
yes.
paina the everyday experience chadivi, okay, kinda for today, and your experience you should write.
Okay, sir.
Is daily okate.
Okay.
Again you day 2 comes. Okay, again
Okay,
day
sir.
3 comes. And one more thing, don't read by Doreen Virtue books on angels. Only read these books. Don't read Doreen Virtue's angels. Okay, don't read Doreen Virtue's angels book and again get confused. Read this man and Tarkam's topic on angels if possible. Otherwise I'll give you the PDF, I'll give you the Xerox copy. The point is, don't read Doreen Virtue's archangels and get confused. Endukante she herself got confused, and you don't get confused by reading a confused author. Okay.